Welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. Hey Amethyst, how are you, girl? Welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. Hey. Hey Penelope, welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. How are you? How are you doing? Okay, I'm gonna get straight into announcements. We're just gonna get started. Your makeup is so pretty. Thank you. I actually have the girl who did it. She did a great job. I tagged her in my stories. Her name is Ashley, and she actually goes to school where I spoke last year. So I tagged her information. She did an amazing job. She also laid my edges. The girl did good. So if you want her info or want to check her out, I tagged her. But thank you. Okay, so let's get into it. First announcement I have for you is the mini course. The mini course to attract clientele, if you're an esthetician, cosmetologist, is open for enrollment. It starts April 15th, and you can actually enroll now, and then if you want to do a payment plan, you can do that right now. What it goes into is the things you need to start your own salon and attract clients. So the first lesson is all into digital price lists, and I actually I was gonna make the talking about digital price sheets and why you need them this week's esthetician education for Wednesday, but I think I'm gonna do it for next week because I need to touch on that, because I'm seeing a lot of estheticians and cosmetologists not have price lists at all anywhere where you can find it on their website. But the first lesson is how to do that in Canva, and there are so many videos that I have this time around doing this mini course. Basically, I wanted to do having like a story behind everything, like why I did things and that kind of thing, but also walking you through everything. So we go on Canva, I screen share, and I show you how to set up your price list on your on a sheet, and then how to post it and save it in your phone and that kind of thing. The second lesson in there is about creating a booking system. I go again step by step on how to create a booking system in Acuity, so that way you can have people book you and you're not texting or making phone calls while you're with the client. It's going to improve your client service. The third lesson in the mini course is about networking with professionals that are around you, and like if you go into a Phoenix suite, how to network with those people so they can refer you clientele. The fourth lesson is about following up. You guys know I always talk about following up. Following up is how you keep your books full, and just how to do it without annoying your clients and show them that you really care. And there's a little process that I did when my books were not as full as they are now, when I was first starting out on my own, and it really helped keep income coming in. And then the last lesson in the mini course is the networking with and getting your family and friends to pay your prices. So networking with your family and friends, and then also getting them to pay your prices. That's something I'm very good at. I have done services for my friends and family, and they've paid me my whole career. So I'm just giving you the tools that you need to do that. Hey, Miss JRC, welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. So that is the first announcement. That course is available. It's a 15-day course. You get a video every 3 days, and it starts April 15th, which is tax day. I thought that would be something good because, tax day, it'll help you remember, whatever. So that's the first announcement. Second announcement is the acne ingrown pads are sold out. Thank you guys so much for purchasing. We are completely sold out. And I do have a virtual waiting list that if you want to be on a list where I email out saying like, hey, the pads are back in stock, I do have that. I did post the link in my last post, but also if you just want me to send you the post, I can DM it to you. they're just going by fast. And then, so I'm very excited. I'm getting a lot of also reviews. People have been using them for a while. So thank you for all the reviews and all that kind of stuff. So I'm happy. I'm happy. The third announcement is I moved officially. Moved from Santa Ana to Orange County, and I am now at the location. I have the address memorized now. It is 763 South Main Street, Suite 131, Orange, California, 92862. So that is where I'm going to be from now on, and my new hours are Sunday from 2:30 to 9:30, Thursdays from 2:30 to 9:30. And then on Fridays, I'm working in the mornings, which will be 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. So if you do want to get an appointment with me, get those hours, get on the books, go to 3bwaxing.com. Hey, so exquisite. Welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. Get on the books because it is filling up. And I wasn't even going to talk about this, but I should start bringing it up because the day is already getting packed. I'm doing a Sangria Sunday, April 5th. And so what it's going to be is I'm going to make a nice sangria, and then I'm doing $45 Brazilians, and then you have the option to get a free underarm while you're there. And so I'm doing that for the 5th. I'm pretty much almost fully booked for the 5th. Not fully, but I know that it's like my last appointment that was already put on there is like a 7 or 7:30. So your girl is already booked. Now, I think everybody's been prepaying for the Sangria Sunday. So I think when you do it on the booking link, you have to prepay. And that's just $45. And everybody's been just prepaying their tip and doing that. So if you do want to do Sangria Sunday, that is April 5th, right before Easter, get ready, get smooth for Easter. Okay. So that's all the announcements, y'all. I'm going to get into this topic. Let's see, what else do I need to talk about? I'll do my introduction. First of all, thank you for those who are joining. Thank you for those catching the replay. I plan on putting this up. And then, I live in VA. It's okay. It is okay because you may be visiting California. I have clients all over everywhere, and I actually somebody is out of the state, and they're like, I will be visiting Irvine soon. And so I was like, okay, so you may not be able to come to this Sangria Sunday, but there will be so many more things coming. So it is all good. So let's get into my introduction. So welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. Welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. And so you remember, welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. I am Becca, your pro waxer and skin therapist since 2010. I help people remove unwanted hair, acne, discoloration, and ingrowns through chemical peels and full body waxing in Orange, California. I have my own product line, which is my exfoliating pads. I have the acne and ingrown pads, which we're basically talking about that tonight as I talk about lactic acid. And then I have the fruit enzyme pads. Both pads are chemical exfoliants, and chemical exfoliants are really good for sensitive skin. They've been sold in the US, the UK, Canada, and the UAE. And again, like I said, we are sold out, but they'll be back really soon. I just got a word from the lab that they are on their way. I also help estheticians start their own product line, start their own salon suite, help them attract clients, as well as help them improve their waxing. Because I was the regional wax trainer for a large franchise, and I really enjoy teaching. Actually, side note, I spoke at a school, and I'm very excited because I planned it with the teacher today. Welcome Aesthetics by Brittany. Welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. I planned it today that I will be speaking again at the school, and I'm super excited now that my schedule is freed up. I feel like I'm balancing time with my clients, time with estheticians, and time to do the products, and then also do social media. I hope I said that. I don't know why that was what did she said? Visiting Cali. Oh, good. Yeah, come on visit. I don't know. Oh, she said cross her fingers. Okay, I can see it now. Yes, come out to Cali, especially in the next few months. It's about to get real good. Like this week it's raining, but it's about to get nice where you go to the beach and all that good stuff. So, okay. If you want to stay connected with me, so if you want to stay connected, I go live for the 3B Waxing Show Tuesday through Friday. So on Tuesdays is about products and about ingredients to help you really figure out ingredients as a consumer so you are making educated choices. This also helps estheticians though as well to learn about ingredients. On Wednesdays I do esthetician education where I teach what I know from being an esthetician. It's ranged from anything like tomorrow we're going to talk about cancellation policies, why I think estheticians should have a cancellation policy. Thursdays are Q&A, so I just go on live and you can ask me any questions about skincare, waxing, and esthetician education. And then Fridays, I go live about waxing. And this Friday, we're going to talk about hair growth cycles and what can change them. And so since you're saying that you just started waxing, it might be a great live for you to catch to understand hair growth cycles. Yeah, so that's way you can stay connected. I did email the email list today. I have plenty of email lists, but if you are interested in figuring out your skin type and you know what products go well with your skin type, I made a free PDF that you can grab. You can click the link in the bio. It's called the Perfect Skin Guide, and you can grab that. You'll get the guide, and you'll also be on my email list. So that way I email you. I'm getting way better at emailing when I go live. That's awesome. I'll have to join tomorrow. I never reinforce my policy. Yeah, so that live will be good for you because I have figured out how to, you know, talk myself into logically saying why I should be charging. And we're just going to go over we're just going to go over a lot. So that will be very helpful to you. Make sure you are on, if you get the free guide, the Attract Clients free guide, that means you'll be on the email list for when I send that out saying I'm going live. All right. About to go into content. If you know somebody who could use this information, please share it. And there's like a little arrow thing that you can share it. And then let's begin. Okay, so I obviously don't have a jar of pads to show you. But when I first started, you know, thinking about having a product line, I wanted to do pads because I was working at a gym at the time and people liked, you know, to exfoliate on the go. Everybody was on the go. Everybody's busy, especially here in California, like, or where I live, everyone's on the go, busy, whatever. So I made these pads and I had seen exfoliating pads, but I hadn't seen any exfoliating pads that had lactic acid in them. And the reason why I really wanted lactic acid because a lot of my clients and me as well struggled with dark spots. If you have melanin in your skin, when you get any kind of trauma to your skin, you are probably going to get a dark spot if you have an acne, any trauma, because that's your body's way of trying to protect you. So I noticed that a lot of people had dark spots and they were exfoliating, but I wanted to add lactic acid. So that's kind of just how I did it. I've always loved lactic acid. Lactic acid is also really good for chemical peels. I do chemical peels, lactic acid chemical peels. It's just really a good ingredient. And so I'm going to talk about the properties of lactic acid. So that way, when you're looking at products, you know what it does. And then also, if you are interested in the acne and ingrown pads, you know what's in it and you're educated on that. So the first thing about the lactic acid is that it does exfoliate. So I know I talk about chemical exfoliants often, and if I say something that you don't know or want me to clarify, please let me know. So like I was saying in my intro, all my pads are chemical exfoliants. Chemical is your papayas, your acids, lactic acid, salicylic, glycolic. It's eating up the dead skin cells on a cellular level. So your mechanical, or sometimes called physical, exfoliants are your loofahs, your scrubs, your gommage. Those are the ones you basically see in the store a lot of times. And so those, while they're great, I have found that if you have sensitive skin, or if you're struggling with dark spots, using a chemical exfoliant is really good for you, because the physical can be a little bit too much for some people with the rubbing, that it can cause darkness. Not everybody, but some people deal with that. So that's something to think about. Like, is my exfoliation routine causing darkness in my skin? So lactic acid exfoliates. The other property about lactic acid is it helps with hyperpigmentation. Like I was telling you, a lot of my clients have hyperpigmentation, or we're dealing with it. I dealt with it, and the way lactic is, I don't know like the science about it. Eventually I will learn and I will share that. But it does lighten dark spots. I have seen it, especially with chemical peels. Skin Script has, I forget if it's 20 or 30% lactic acid peel that I do. And I have clients that have changed their skin. Like, it has lightened up dark spots so well, especially with the pads. Like, it has lightened up their skin as well. Hey, Malik's, welcome to the 3B Waxing Show. That's why I've kind of stopped the brightening pads. I did have 3 pads, and I felt like the acne and ingrowns pads have been doing really good with lightening people's skin as well. So I was like, I think I can just hone in on the acne and ingrown. I use Skin Script too. Love it. Yes, it's good. Yeah, I'm glad. So I really enjoy, I also use PCA. I really enjoy Skin Script. PCA also has lactic acid. So that is kind of how I was like, oh, this may lighten up my client's skin, and put it in my products. So if you are trying to work on hyperpigmentation, if you're trying to work on your client's hyperpigmentation, work on, putting some lactic acid in there. And then most people are really good with lactic acid because it's good for sensitive skin. So another note about lactic acid is it is a AHA. It's a alpha hydroxy acid. And so it's eating away at the dead skin cells on the surface level. You will see that in a lot of products that will say AHA. So now you know, like, it's exfoliating. I wouldn't be using a scrub, glycolic mask, and an HA serum all in one setting, because then you're over exfoliating. So it is AHA. Was it AHA? AHA. The next thing about lactic acid, why it's so good for sensitive skin, is because it's derived from milk and sugars. I did read something that, because PCA has a book that has a bunch of information in it, and it did say like, oh, our lactic acid comes from milk and sugars. But I don't know if there's other places that it comes from. I don't know if any of the SDs know, or anyone know, but for sure, I know that lactic acid comes from milk and sugars, and I think that's why it's so good for sensitive skin. And also, I have suggested to my clients who are pregnant that it's okay to use lactic, because lactic's found naturally in the body, lactic acid. I think it's when you work out, your body produces lactic acid. It's something like that. Don't quote me on this, but it's something around those lines, that you're working out and you build lactic acid, and that's what they need to massage out. It's derived from milk and sugars. The other thing I wanted to mention about lactic acid is that it is moisturizing. So if you are a person who has really dry skin, you still need to exfoliate, but you may want to try lactic acid to do that, because it's not going to dry out your skin. I think the reason being too is because it is derived from milk and sugar, so it's like more of a coating. That's what I would like, my logic for it is. But yeah, it is moisturizing. So any questions? That is all I have for you today. That is today's product ingredient live. Yeah, any questions? Also, one thing to know, and in the lactic acid, or in my acne ingrown pads, the lactic acid is higher up in the pad ingredients. And if you are ever buying products and looking at the ingredients, the higher up ingredients are, the more potent they are. So you'll see that my pads have salicylic acid as the active ingredient. I'm required by the FDA to put salicylic like that. That means it's the strongest part of the pads. And then you will see that lactic's not too far behind. It's a good sign to see strong ingredients higher up in the ingredients label. So any other questions? Let me know if this was useful. I didn't really reset and reintroduce myself, but I'm Becca, a pro waxer and skin therapist. I help people remove unwanted hair, acne, discoloration, ingrowns through chemical peels and full body waxing in Orange, California. And I have my own product line, which is my exfoliating pads that I've been sold in the US, the UK, Canada, and the UAE. I was actually looking at pictures of when I was in Dubai, 2018, which is crazy. Time is going by fast. And then I also help estheticians start their own product line, start their own salon suite, help them attract clients, and improve their waxing techniques with my ebooks, courses, and lives. So is there any questions? Was this useful? I do want to, really highlight ingredients so you know the benefits of them and know what you're putting on your face. Because even if you don't purchase my products, you're going to purchase some products. And so at least you will be educated and be making the right decisions. And again, you can grab that perfect skin guide, and that's going to really show you, it's going to talk about the different skin types that there are. And then it's also going to go into what products to find for them. So example, you have your skin types, your oily, your dry, your combination, and why am I blanking on the last one? Your oily, your dry, your combination. Someone help me out. Oily, dry, combination. I don't know, I'm blanking. Sensitive skin, I don't really count it, even though people say, oh, I have sensitive skin. It's more of a condition. It's like a kind of a gray area. And then mature is just more of a condition. But anyways, like if you have dry skin, you would want to use a creamy cleanser, because it's just better for dry skin. It's not going to dry you out. So if you have dry skin and you need a good routine, you would have a creamy cleanser that you use daily. You would probably use the acne, and if you had hyperpigmentation, you would use the acne ingrown pads, but you would probably only use them 2 times a week. And you would definitely use sunscreen. And then you would probably do like a calming mask once a week, or something that had hydration in it. Like an oatmeal mask or an aloe mask, those kind of things. So thank you for joining. If there are no questions, I will be done. I'll be on here tomorrow talking about the cancellation policy, and I'm so glad I got feedback on that, because that will help me structure how I'm going to plan on talking about it. So you guys have a blessed evening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.